Fashion Awards at Singapore Fashion Week because we are fashionistas.
We are fashion people lah.
We are fashion people. Check out the... Ooh! So these are the goodie bags. Which, by the way, we helped put the goodie bags together. I will try to film some of the action, but we'll see how it goes.
I can't promise anything.
I can't promise anything. Yeah, legit.
Oh, hi.
Thanks. How are you feeling?
It's a little warm here, and I'm slightly parched.
Now the moment that we've all been waiting for. Who will be the winner of Harper's Bazaar Asia New Gen Fashion Award 2017 in collaboration with Swarovski? I'd like to invite Mr. Kenneth Goh to the front for the prize ceremony.
So nervous. Are you really nervous?
Kind of.
Hua Chun Hian from Singapore. Congratulations.
Congratulations again, Hua Chun Hian from Singapore!
Hey guys, welcome to my kind of like vlog-y style sitch as per usual. Today we're actually at Singapore Fashion Week and I am covering the modest style portion as per usual because I am, if you don't know this, I'm part Middle Eastern. So my outfit is it's pretty spot on. It's actually from this designer, local designer called Lulu Al Haddad, and I love her pieces. Plus these have pockets as well, so yeah. So I probably will just like splice through a couple of footages of the runway and like stuff like that. So enjoy these next few clips. So I'm just about done with the day, but I think I'll be heading out to this kind of like handmade perfume part. There's like this spot where it's called Ula Lab. I'm gonna show you. This one called Suede. It smells kind of like a fall candle, but in the best possible way. And I guess this is my second favorite. Okay, focus. Yep.
I like it.
It's great. Oh my god, I'm so exhausted. And we're back! This time with my Uber floral home tea. Say hi, little Vito. This is my cat. His name is Vito, as in The Godfather's Vito Corleone. Okay, he looks not as menacing, obviously. He's you! Look at it. I thought that I would kind of run through, just talk a little bit more about the Ula Lab kind of perfume house, I guess. I think it's really cool because you always hear all these amazing kind of indie and niche houses coming from the US, the UK, you know, Europe, and a lot of times the Asian kind of indie perfume houses never get a shout out ever. It's nice to talk about something localized from this region at least, so that anyone who's watching who perhaps live in Singapore or nearby can just pop by. They do have an online shop, so if you guys shop from their online store, it's probably a lot cheaper, like shipping wise, than say if I were to buy any of the indie or niche houses from the US and have it shipped to where I am, because that would literally cost a bomb in shipping. Ula Lab is, I've only heard of them first through their kind of bespoke fragrance workshop, I guess. I think I showed it in a previous clip, but they had all these like little vials of fragrance scents, and they're all single notes. So you know, you have oud, you have white florals, you have vanilla, maybe like peach note and rose note and that kind of thing. So the idea is that you can make your own custom fragrances through just mixing a few of their pre-made kind of single note fragrances, or like essential oils, I guess, but I don't think they're essential oils because they're definitely mixed with some sort of perfumer's alcohol. It's nice to kind of like smell each individual note, so if you do find a stand, it's really interesting to just like sniff each one of them and just find out like, oh yeah, so this is how, you know, that smells like and how that smells like. I don't know how pure per se each note is, but just the concept is pretty cool. So you can actually go for their workshops, and I believe like, I think a personal private workshop is like $198, which is not bad because you come home with a fragrance as well. And I think it's like a 50 ml fragrance. What I recently found out is that they also do their own fragrances, as in their own like ready-made fragrances that they sell basically. And I didn't know that at all. I was like, what? When I went for the Singapore Fashion Week, they had like a booth outside. In between the shows, I was like, you know, roaming around waiting for the next show, and I stumbled upon their booth and I was like, oh, what are all these like cute little vials? And then they said, oh, you can actually make your own fragrances and stuff like that. I was like, you have my attention, tell me more. So they told me about their kind of, you know, fragrance philosophy, all that kind of stuff, and I thought it was really cool. So what I did was I smelled all of their individual notes, but I was quite intrigued actually with their ready-made fragrances. So they have this like their own regular one, but they made kind of like a special edition version of different materials such as suede, silk, cashmere, basically fabrics that are used in, you know, creating fashion and clothing to tie in with Singapore Fashion Week, which is pretty damn cool. And I like a lot of the scents that they had there. My favorite was definitely suede. That was so good. In fact, I still have it on my hand. I mentioned that it kind of smells like a fall candle, and I still stand by that, but now that I think about it, I think it smells quite a lot like Hermès's L'Ambre de Mauvais, which is like a nice powdery, dry amber scent. Also powdery, but it's a lot muskier and woodier as well. It's kind of like if Bois d'Argent, like the woodiness of Bois d'Argent, was mixed together with the Hermès L'Ambre de Mauvais, just that ambery kind of like warm coziness. That's what you get. That's suede basically. And it's so, I was quite surprised actually, because I don't know, I mean, it sounds kind of bad, but I was just kind of sniffing it like, oh okay, like whatever, I'm just, oh okay, it smells nice. So I just like spritz it on, and I was like, okay. When I was at the show, the next show, I just like caught whiffs of this like really warm, woody, you know, slightly resinous, but you know, really powdery and smooth as well. I was like, what is this scent? And I realized that it was actually coming from my hand, and I was like, god damn, that's pretty damn good. The most apparent note for me would be the musk and the sandalwood, because it has that really creamy kind of like smooth vibe as well, but it has depth, you know. I wouldn't say it smells like suede. It does not smell leathery at all. It doesn't have any kind of like animalic touches to it at all, but I guess the opening was a little bit more bright and just a short blast of citrus, and then it moved straight into that kind of sandalwoody, labdanum kind of resinous vibe, and then it dried into a super duper musky kind of scent, and I really enjoy it a lot. Actually, I'm actually considering buying myself a bottle because it's really good, and I heard that it's limited edition, I think only for this Singapore Fashion Week situation. So I might buy that one. And you know, it's really good as well because I'm like supporting local entrepreneurs and like local businesses as well. And the second favorite of mine in that Ula Lab booth that I kind of like discovered is in the same series, but it's called Amber Rose. And according to the lady there, she said that that was the best seller, and I can see why. It's just a scent that is hard to not like. It's very, very kind of mass appealing, but not generic. It's just really nice smelling, but it's not generic in a sense that you don't smell anything synthetic or, you know, overly sweet, cloying, or sticky. It starts off as like a bright rose, a little bit green at the beginning, really bright and fresh. But what happens is that, to me, I get this imagery of like a wilting flower or like a wilting rose, where it starts off, you know, fresh and green, kind of like a bud, and then in the mid it blooms into a more full-bodied floral, almost like it's just a more potent rose scent in the middle. And then as it goes into the dry down, it starts becoming warmer and warmer and warmer, and I'm guessing that's where the amber comes in, and it starts developing a lot of depth, and that rose that is in full bloom kind of just like becomes a drier sort of rose, not so wet and green, but a lot more kind of jammy, I guess, but in a dry way. I can't really explain it very well actually, but it's so good, and I was pretty shocked at how good it smells actually. I can see why people like that scent a lot, because it is not, you know, completely unapproachable niche, but it has, you know, interest and character to it while still being, you know, incredibly mass pleasing as well. So I'm torn between the two actually. Like, I kind of like both, and to be fair, they're quite reasonably priced. I think 50 ml is just about 98 Singapore dollars, which is a damn good deal, because normally, unless it's like Zara or something, usually perfumes are about 100 and up, especially if it's like 50 ml in terms of volume or more. They have like a lot of other scents as well within their limited edition, kind of like special edition line. They had cotton, they had silk, cashmere. I remember liking velvet quite a bit as well. I can't remember off the top of my head how it smelled like, but I remember liking it. Unfortunately, I didn't have as much time as I wanted to kind of like sniff everything out, because, you know, I just had that little short break in between the shows. But it has definitely piqued my interest for sure, and I think I will definitely check it out. I might even want to do the whole kind of perfumers workshop thing and, you know, bring you guys along if ever I do it. Yeah, so that's about it. Oh my god, wait, I forgot to say, I actually watched Taeyang in concert this week. Oh my god, he was so good. If you guys, okay, basically I'm gonna insert a small little clip of him just singing live for your viewing pleasure, but I can't do a whole lot, I think, because I'm pretty sure YouTube will take it down for copyright. YG is pretty big, so they will definitely copyright the shit out of their songs. So hopefully I can insert a clip here. One of the best concerts I've ever been to. He sounded legit, just flawless live. Big Bang and Taeyang holds a very dear spot in my heart, and to hear him live was like so good. When he sang an acoustic version of I Need a Girl, I can pretty much die happy, guys. My music taste is quite wide in terms of its range. I like to listen to a lot of things. I highly suggest you guys to go down to the description and follow me on Instagram, because I update it quite a lot, in fact all the time, and I Insta story basically almost everything. That's my favorite platform to share just like images, photography, as well as just the random things that happen in my life. It will probably be updated a lot more than my YouTube account for sure, because not much editing is involved there. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have 2 video ideas that I want to film. I don't know when I might get those videos out for you, but I'm working on them. Just trust that I'm working on them. Alright, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!